welcome back to the Ramlan Show, and me and Karna are going to do a preview for the Liverpool vs United in the Premier League. It's first versus fifth, with Liverpool on 61 points and Man United on 34. Jeez, they say you haven't... When was the last time there was a big massive gap between the league with Liverpool and United? Like,
I'd say it was the Moyes era, I'd say it was, probably.
And when you had that with Roy Hodgson, I think, as well, that's probably the last time with Man United. That's when Man United were kind of up more than Liverpool.
Moment, yeah.
And then, but now it's...
No, actually, you had Mourinho coming second in the league, but like that was when we were in Champions League final. We were in Champions League final. I think everyone just gave up because like City were already like had the League One, and they still go on that they won second, which is fair enough to Mourinho. And you see like what they're like now and all, like what Mourinho did with it.
Well, like he said, it's the best achievement of my career to get them second and to win the Europa League, and what was it doing? They won the treble, didn't they? Won like some shitty treble by Mourinho.
You won the Community Shield. I think it was like the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I think it was Carabao Cup against Southampton, and then Europa League against Ajax.
Like the poor man's treble, you could call it. Like, you used it that years ago as well, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember that. It was
FA Cup
or something like that.
European Cup, and then some other trophies won the treble. That was your treble as well. Like, but it's different now though. Way different now. Like between the two teams now, between Man United dominating. When I was a kid and probably when you were young as well, it was just Man United.
Changing eras now, it's like it's back to the 80s kind of thing now.
Like my dad said, like when he was younger, that's all he seen was just Liverpool winning everything, and then it went from Man United's turn, and they kept winning. Then it kind of been chopping and changed. It's been like Man City, then Chelsea, then back again. Then it's just been Leicester, Chelsea, Man City. Now it's going to be used. I don't see how not you can't win the league now. It's every single one of your players gets the plague, and he's all
the plague.
That's the only time I've seen it. He aren't winning the league. Like, to
be fair, like Klopp probably has some policy. Like he's probably training, getting the kids ready for like the plague if it comes and all. Like he already has a set piece for the plague.
Did you ever? I wonder, like, 'cause I know in the NBA, if a team, so say if a whole team, like people die, like 5 or 6 players die. Every single team every single team, so say if like New York Knicks, what's the
Knicks,
Nets, the
Knicks and Brooklyn Nets,
so say we go Brooklyn Nets, they lost 5 of their starters. Every single team in the league will have to give up. They can protect 5 players, and you can pick whatever players they want to get rid of. You get them in for free, just so you can make a team again. I wonder if that's in the Premier League. Like if you lose, something tragedy happens with every team would have to give up a player. Like would they? I think it would.
I don't think it would happen like that because like the way the NBA is set is for the trading. But I'd say like even with the Chapecoense thing, you have like all these teams like donate, and I think like most of the Premier League team, because like even there a few years ago was like some fella's birthday that like no one cares about, that they all the teams were like going to donate like £1 million. So it's like if everybody died in your team, and you think like the other Premier League teams going to be like, all right fellas, let's do this.
I hope so. The last situation was with that Brazilian team, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chapecoense.
And then Man United with the Bayern Munich playing. That was it. Like, but they just used all the reserve players, wasn't it? That was it. Like, just reserves in it. But
building from the ground up. Yeah.
I have a few facts here. That was the one with Klopp. Like 20% win rate against Man United. He's facing 10 or more times. He's only won twice.
Yeah.
I didn't think. I thought he won way more than that. I thought he.
No. It's like it's a tough situation because like it's like 30-point gap and you're still like it's a rivalry, so
it's still a rivalry.
It's same as playing like Everton, and then as well like for the last few times we played them, it could just be a point of let's parking the bus and that it can just be like.
That's what I think they're gonna do. Is like they're away. They're not gonna win.
Yeah.
If they do win, it'd be a great bet to put on. Like if you put Man United to win, like that'd be some money you probably would win back. Yeah. But like. The last time they won in Anfield was 2016 when Wayne Rooney 1-0. Like that's
like I can't even remember that until you showed me the lineup, and I couldn't believe
I'll go back to the lineup now.
I can't even remember that match, to be honest.
That lineup is knowing that the lineups are now the way it was back then. Like Man United was De Gea, he's still there. Yeah. Young's gone, Smalling's on loan, Blind's gone. Damia, that's it. That's who you pronounce it.
Darmian,
he's gone. He's gone. Fellaini's gone. How'd you pronounce that name?
Daily Blind,
Schneiderlin, he's gone.
He doesn't even get a game for Everton now, like. Herrera.
He's gone. There's only Lingard, Martial, that's it. Lingard, Martial, and De Gea, and that's the rest. And then Liverpool was Mignolet, Klein, Colo Toure, Sacco, Moreno, Lucas Can, Henderson, Milner, Firmino, Lallana, and there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4 players? 4 players? That's it, yeah, for yous.
Milner, Firmino,
1, 2,
Henderson,
3,
Lallana.
yeah. That's it, 4 yous are left in 2016, and then the teams now, like, what's your prediction for what's the tying up for you? Like, is there any injuries to Liverpool at the moment? Or
I'm not too sure about Matip now, but I've heard Fabinho could be back this game, but I think that could just be a bluff as well. I think if he's going to be able to, it's going to be a bench thing. So I think Henderson has shown he can play the Fabinho role so well this season. So I think they're just going to keep with it. And I think that's it so far. Like, Kate is still injured now, but
so
I don't think we're going to miss him too much now for this game.
Pick out a team right now if you could? Like, what would your starting 11 for Liverpool like be?
Well, it's going to be the usual back four, and yes, Gomez is playing quality now. You're going to keep him in there.
That was weird. A lot of links for him were Arsenal near
he was on about leaving. He was going to go Spurs and stuff now soon. But
I don't know. Is him and Van Dijk a good partnership? Like,
well, it's I think 6 games in a row now with clean sheets, and we haven't done that for ages now. Like, they're doing quality now. And then it's going to be Henderson. I'd say Henderson, Wijnaldum has really stepped up as well, especially the last game. I'd probably put in Chamberlain just for a bit of creativity, and if it doesn't work, get Milner in. But I think the way Klopp plays against United is probably going to be Milner starting ahead of Chamberlain, just have like 3 workhorses in midfield, and that's going to be the usual front three. You can't go.
Man United, geez, I can't even predict Man United. Obviously, it's the Hay in goals, so it's going to be Wan-Bissaka, right back, left back could be your man. What's his name?
I'd say it's going to be Lindelof, and then Maguire. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, and then left back, I think it's your man. It could be Shaw or could be the other.
I think it's Williams. I'd say they're going to use him just be a shit house against Salah, because it seems like he's one of them kind of hot-headed fellas, like just to.
Is Pogba back? I don't know.
I hope not, for their sake.
So then, who's in midfield? Be McTominay, Fred, and probably Mata now for coming on since. I don't know. Like, that's the Man United team. I remember when I was younger, man, you could name out a United squad every day of the week, like and Liverpool, Chelsea. Now I'm just like, who's even it? Like up front, they have Rashford.
The Rashford now, but
Martial.
Like the way the Solskjaer's going on, they're saying that he's injured and that, and he doesn't know if he'll ever come back. Then you have him saying like, "Oh, I'll go on painkillers and everything, like if I have to just for this game." I think it's all a big bluff. I think he's going to be fine.
A lot of players do that. I was Arsenal fan TV. I was listening to it, and he was on about. Bournemouth said he had all these injuries, and then he came up and seen players warming up. Like, I thought he was injured.
Yeah, it's just a big bluff. Like, it's
just because now you have to be more careful now, like with what you're going to be saying now. Like, but what was the last? Yeah, Rooney with the last one, and then this year was 1-1. Was Rashford and Alana. What was that game like? I don't think I remember watching
that was really sketchy. Well, now we were missing Salah for that game, so like what they were doing, if they had 3 at the back, and like they said, if we'd Salah and Mane that game. You're absolutely destroying them, but it was just Mane, so they could isolate Mane and just beat him. Bobby just wasn't in form that game. I think it was Origi on the wing, and then he got fouled for that goal. No, and Rashford got that. And just
from behind, wasn't he?
From behind and that, and they didn't blow it. Yeah, but that was their only real chance. Well, near the end, actually, they're actually fairly sketchy, but we just didn't turn up that game. And then I was dreading when Lallana came on, and I was like, how did we actually get that? It was mental game. Very lucky now.
No, it was like 86 minutes or something. You got Alana scored. It
was in the 80th anyway, but I think this one's going to be a big difference anyways. I think this is going to be you're at home and that. I'm going to be bold and just say it's going to be a 4-1 game. I think.
What was the last one? 3-1 at Anfield. It was Mane, Shaqiri twice.
That Fabinho cross of Mane was incredible, and Shaqiri just coming on destroying.
And that's when Jose got sacked, wasn't it?
Jose's last game, yeah. Hopefully this is Ollie's last
apparently
game.
that's what people are saying. If he gets another embarrassed,
it won't surprise me now. Yeah.
If he gets embarrassed again with the way he was embarrassed with Man City,
the City game,
he's going to be. Apparently, that's going to be.
Yeah, I think the interviews don't help me either. Like
he's not good at them. I don't think he's very good at the interviews. When he went to Van Persie, it was kind of funny as well.
Yeah, no, that was really childish, and he didn't come out on top. Like Van Persie just made a show of him that way. I think, like he's really getting under his skin. And even if you're going to be like that, I'd just try to change your attitude. Just be a bit hot-headed. Just try to like ignore them. Just absolutely hate the press. Don't give them anything.
I just say to him, if Van Persie wants to come here and put on the jacket, he can come in and put on the jacket.
He probably would though. He's scared. He's scared to give him that offer. Like
Van Persie's, but like he reminds me of like Henry. He just looks so arrogant. Like,
he's completely really
arrogant. So I think that's what apparently Henry was biggest thing in management now at the moment was apparently he's very arrogant
It's
and
the
Monaco.
status, yeah.
And apparently not players were like kind of like, here, you're
You
not who
have
you
to-
are anymore. Like, it's not, you won.
You
You're
have
not
to
like
put
a
that stats
Zidane.
behind you, like it's a different kind of scenario. Like even listening to Gerrard, like Gerrard he was saying that like most of the time he's kind of copying Rafa's techniques that he had for Liverpool, and then he just wanted to make it more about him, so he's just using
his
his
own
attitude.
style on it as
Because
well.
like what Rafa used to do was he'd make statements of that. So like Gerrard would have a brilliant game in the Champions League, and he'd get taken off, like, and it was one like they were still trying to get the win and all, but it's just to try and make a status.
Yeah.
But like he said, no, he's going to be more personal than that, and you can see like it's kind of still getting style, but I think he's just still finding his own rhythm, and it's working out well for him.
Well,
But he's still being himself. But like you've to leave that attitude, like, do you know who I am behind if you're going to be a quality manager?
the respect's already there for what your accolades are, but like it doesn't get you as being a manager. You still have to be a coach to these people.
You might have the players behind your back, but you have to keep them behind your back, and you're not going to keep that by going like, "All right, boys, look at what I did in the '90s" or that. Like it's.
I think that's what Zidane left. I think he probably left because he knew Ronaldo was leaving. Like he knew, like he was gone that year, wasn't he? Ronaldo went that year as well, didn't he?
Ronaldo went, after one Champions League.
That's
and
what I
then
mean. So, and then he's back, and now the players they have now, Jesus, just.
It's not too far off.
I don't understand. They were saying he was getting the sack, and then I looked at the table. They were first, and I was like, "Why? And then Barcelona, who's first? They're first now, right?
I think Barcelona got a draw there. I think it's.
They lost the Real Betis, and then got the Real Betis manager.
Yeah,
that's so weird. Like, it's so weird. Like, just play the game. That'd be like, you's playing now. Man United sacking.
It's just like for Barcelona as well. Like it's
going to Man United. Like So what you're predicting 3-0?
I'm guessing 4-1. I don't think it'd be Rashford scoring. I think Rashford's going to be a cause for it. I think it's going to be a weird one to score. I'd say maybe like even like a Fred, even a McTominay.
Yeah,
I'd say McTominay goal, and then it's just going to be the boys up top just making
manhandling that defence. Like Jesus, I think it'd be a 3-0 Liverpool. That's me, and I think my prediction for Man United is then they're going to give Solskjaer to the end of the season. If he doesn't get Champions League, Pochettino.
I think it's going to be the same case as Jose. I think it's like after this game, if you get absolutely slaughtered, make a show of us and give one of them cheesy little interviews and all, that's like, but to see like Liverpool put a strong team like that shows what level we are. He's gone. He's definitely gone.
Trying to put a positive on a negative, but the negative's just too negative to try and positive it out. Like, it's just kind of like, no, we were shit. That was kind
like,
of
you won't even hear like in like League One, you wouldn't hear like Port Vale saying that when they got battered by City, like.
Oh, look, the opposition's like, we're just shit. It's just like, we're that bad. Like, but it's just they're trying to rebuild. Like, since you have a manager for Sir Alex Ferguson, how long was he there? He was there years. Like,
I was like 26 years or something. It was,
and then trying to change that into something different now. Like, they're still looking around, but it's just like Arsenal. Like, we had a manager for so many years, and then we're trying to
hard adjustment to get into now, and the way they're going with it, like I think with the board staff, like. It's still the Glazers, isn't it? I just don't think it's not going right. And then the talks are like, is a Rio Ferdinand is going to be director of football? All this stuff is like it's.
I think it's just a bad bunch.
It's just all history FC now. Like it's really changed.
That's
like, it's what Liverpool used to be now. It's just they've literally turned into the thing they hate the most.
It's lucky enough Arsenal wasn't like dominant like Man United was, because then we'd be in that kind of history. People still going on a bit like the history is like, look, we're a mid-table team now. We have to kind of think of a mid-table. We just have to think up and down, right, top 6. That's where we have to aim for until we get investment in and better players in. But I hope our predictions are right for all these games, because Jesus, that'd be meant to be every single prediction we got them right. Like. But Man United, I think that's what's going to be. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I think Man United are going to try and defend, but that front three is just going to, I think, just no hold bars. I think that's what it's going to be like. At home as well. No, I
don't think there's a chance for them.
Solskjaer doesn't have, like you say, doesn't have that mean kind of thing about him. I just think, dead team. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 1-0 Southampton. All the other games are 0 also. What were we saying for Southampton? I think I said 2-1 Wolves. I think I said, didn't I?
I think I said 2 to draw. I'll listen back to it and I'll write them down and see what the hell I'm saying. But what was it now? That's we call it that. Anyway, so Liverpool to win the league, and I'm hiding for the summer then when they win the league.
Oh yeah.
Right, everyone. Thanks for listening to the show, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Bye bye.
Thanks very much.